Hi, good morning. I'm Jerry Ingram with Volunteer Home Mortgage, and I am this morning's sponsor. More about what my business can help with all your mortgage needs is coming up soon. But first things first, let's get over to Wake Up with Witcher, which is coming up next.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
And good morning, everyone. 7:01 right now. Checking that time so you don't run late. This morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com or call them at 865-238-7500. Listen, if you're looking for a mortgage, they can help you out. Their loan officers are available 7 days a week, and they have a slew of mortgages available. All you have to do is sit down and chat with them. Jerry and her team will give you the best advice you can get to navigate the most expensive purchase of your life. And they don't just navigate in the state of Tennessee, they're also down into Georgia and Florida as well. So give them a call again today at 865-238-7500 or visit Jerry and her team at volunteerhomemortgage.com. How's everyone doing this morning? We do have some light rain showers already hanging out with us here as we get the day started. And I think that's going to be the general rule of thumb throughout the day. So when you look at the live radar here this morning, we got some heavier showers across upper East Tennessee, pushing its way into the Kingsport, Baylinton area, where we will continue to highlight a little bit heavier activity. So if you have any travel plans along, say 11W or Interstate 81, you're probably going to run into some showers as these slowly work their way further to the east and northeast. And then back behind it, we do have some light showers anyways, all the way from Caryville, Lake City, Clinton, Oak Ridge, Kingston, Sunbright into the Cumberland Plateau. And when you expand this view, there's a lot more moisture to our west and southwest, and that's what's going to be heading our way throughout the day today, and it's going to be a process all day. Now, yesterday, we only made it to 82 degrees. Sounds pretty nice. Felt pretty good outside, didn't it? Even yesterday evening felt amazing. 82 this time of year, average high is 88 degrees, and so we were trending 6 degrees below average officially at McGee-Tyson Airport. Now, in Crossville, we're at 79, average high is 83. 82 in Chattanooga, nearly 10 degrees below average in Chattanooga, picking up 91 hundredths of an inch of rain, which is great news for Chattanooga because we haven't had a whole lot of rain officially over the last 7 days at the airport down there. So, again, this is great, beneficial news. I know some of you have gotten a lot more than others, and in the Tri-Cities area, we only picked up 500ths of an inch of rain. So when you look at the rainfall from yesterday, we had more down to our south, more to our north across the Tennessee-Kentucky border, picking up anywhere from 2,800ths in Athens and Dayton to Soddy Daisy, nearly half an inch of rainfall, to Ducktown, picking up over 3/4 of an inch of rain, and half an inch to nearly an inch of rain up from Claiborne County to Scott and Campbell, Fentress, into parts of Morgan and northern Union County. Getting outside this morning, temperatures are now about a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday morning. We're currently in the 70s, 60s and 70s anyways. Feels pretty good to get the day started, not too terribly bad. But those rain showers I just showed you are likely to stick with us here for the day today. We've got little impulses in the atmosphere. We've got a cold front to our north and west, a stationary front to our south and east. I'll show you that in the big picture here in a moment. And that's just going to funnel energy and precipitation into our area. But unlike the last few days, I don't think we're going to have necessarily the intense thunderstorms per se. Not that we've had anything severe by any stretch, but we've had a couple of stronger thunderstorms here or there. I think it's going to be more of a light to moderate rain with a few pockets of some good solid downpours as we get into the afternoon. We start to heat up the atmosphere. But because the clouds and the rain is going to be with us, and we're likely to pick up some decent amount of rain along and north of Interstate 40, and maybe a little bit further south, so Sweetwater, but I don't necessarily know that the Southern Valley will pick up as much rain. We'll see what the orientation of this rain does throughout the day today. Temperature-wise, not bad, 60s and 70s now. But just like yesterday, we're only going to make it into the mid-70s by lunchtime, and our goal today is going to be in the low 80s. So, again, trending about 5 to 8 degrees below average for this time of year. Yes, high humidity. So, yes, we still have the sweat factor up if you work outside or if you have plans to be outside for an extended amount of time, which will make it feel more like the mid to upper 80s. But, again, not a ton of heat index values throughout the day today. And that's going to make for a nice evening. Maybe an after-dinner walk, or if you have ball games or practices outside, look at these temperatures. You can't complain on July 24th. Can you believe it's July 24th? What? With temperatures in the upper 70s from 6 to 10 o'clock here tonight. So it's going to be a nice evening for a nice little stroll. Here's the overall setup, okay? We've got our upper level jet stream just off to our north and west, with the trough digging across parts of the Great Plains and the upper Midwest. We're still under the influence of some ridging, but we have those two kind of battling it out. And so the battle zone is from the Gulf of Mexico to the mid-Atlantic. And that does sandwich us right there in between with the showers. At the surface, we've got a frontal boundary to our south and one to our north, so kind of sandwiched in between those as well. So you can see that southwesterly flow that's going to take shape as that moisture streams in. As the cold front approaches and starts to push its way on through, that's eventually going to shut down some of those rain chances as we head into the upcoming weekend. I think Saturday is going to be trending on the drier side. We should see a little bit more sunshine. But clearly you can see how this entire pattern is going to set up shop for the heaviest rain from say West Texas, Louisiana, into Mississippi, all the way up into the nation's capital, and then further to the southeast, further to the north and west, underneath that trough, cooler, drier, more stable air, not a ton of rain expected across that area. So rain chances are going to be a little bit more elevated today and tomorrow. Then the cold front swings through, starts to shut down those rain chances a little bit on Friday and Saturday as it shifts off to our south and east. But then the ridge of high pressure starts to build on in, and I think we're going to get some impulses on the northern fringe of that ridge, which is going to help to spark off those afternoon showers and thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, Tuesday timeframe. So elevated rain chances compared to what we started with at the beginning of the month, hot, sunny, quiet, dry. Is your yard starting to green up a little bit? Mine is. Neighbor doesn't need to mow it yet, though. We'll wait one more week. Rainfall totals are going to continue to pile up over the next 5 to 7 days as well. Dew points stay elevated, so again, we're not going to get really rid of this humidity. The humidity is going to be with us, even though temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side today and tomorrow. But then we start to warm back into those seasonal averages for this time of year. And as I mentioned yesterday, if you were with us, I said, listen, our average high temperature, we're now on the downhill trend toward fall. For you fall lovers out there, on the downhill trend, we are now officially past the average peak heating of the summer, which was 89 degrees as our average high. Now we're down to 88 is my point. All right, heat index values will start to warm up as well, so it is going to get a little bit hotter. Should be a good lake and pool weekend. Maybe not a good mowing weekend unless you do it first thing in the morning or late in the evening hours. We're talking peak heat index values pushing the low to mid 90s, so it's going to be hotter. And the Climate Prediction Center, as we round out the month, head into the month of August, is keeping us, maybe trending above average. So track the scattered light rain showers, the daily forecast. Have you checked out 1 Minute with Witcher? If you've not checked that out, you only have 1 minute of your time. Check it out. It's literally everything you need to know weather-wise for us here in East Tennessee in literally just 1 minute. None of this long duration forecast stuff. Who's got time for that all the time? Anyways, that's on the app. If you just click on daily forecast updates or online at easttnweather.com. I do post it on stories in social media as well. All right, so how's everyone doing this morning? Let's see, what's going on? Anybody have anything good to say today? Well, hopefully, most of you have something good to say every single day, but Lee's joining us from the golf course this morning. Good morning, Lee. Julie says, happy hump day. Good morning to you, sunshine. Where's the coffee? You didn't bring me any, Julie. Mine's right here. You like my wife's mug this morning? Stole her mug. Get that to focus. Focus. There we go. The others were in the dishwasher, so I took my wife's. Anyways, can you believe it's already almost the end of July? I know some kids are already back in school, Oak Ridge kids, and some kids are going to gradually get back into school. Can you believe are you ready for the kids to get back in school? If you have kids? You want to place an order of coffee, or what do you want to place an order of here, Julie? Pat's thankful for the rain and the cooler temperatures. Yes, it has felt pretty nice. It's not too. Although I was just telling a friend of mine yesterday who stopped by the house, and I've got some great Witcher's adventures to talk about here coming up here in just a second. But I talked to my buddy yesterday, and I said, hey, listen, while we need the rain, and it's nice to get a break from the extreme heat, and I don't work outside. So if you don't work outside, you just work in an office building, maybe it's not really made that much of a difference to you. But if you work outside, this extreme heat to these cooler temperatures is definitely more beneficial. Although the rain makes it a little bit harder for, say, certain industries like construction, whatnot. Either way, I was telling my buddy, while I do like the rain and the clouds every once in a while, I'm a big fan of hotter weather and sunshine and dry weather conditions during the summer months. We've not been out to the lake for the last few days, obviously, because of the clouds and the rain. And so I'd like to get out to the lake if I possibly could. We'll probably be able to get out there this weekend. Anyways, that's my my story, and I'm sticking to it. Little Witcher's Adventures yesterday. Let's see if I have it here. I think I have it. Well, I got a chance to go meet some of the old crew, the old anchors, if you will. And I think I had those pictures somewhere there. I'll find them anyways. I was going to share a picture of Rebecca. We had Rebecca, Abby Ham, and Heather Wallaga. We met up and grabbed some lunch, chatted for a while, so it was nice to chit-chat with them and hang out with them. I don't get to see them very often, you know? So every once in a while, it's like, okay, this is nice to get out and enjoy. Let me show you a picture. Let's show you a picture of the crew, shall we? See if I can get this up here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Let's see. I'll get it up. I'll get it up here in a second. There it is. All right. There's the old crew. Look at us. Just hanging out. Abby's head's cut off there. Let's shrink it a little bit. There we go. There's the old crew, the old morning crew. It was good to chit-chat with them, find out what's going on in the world of their lives, and hang out and have some lunch. So that was a lot of fun. And then let's see, what else do we have? I think that was about the extent of it. Here's another picture of us that Abby took. So that was a lot of fun. I miss those guys. They're like, do you miss us? I was like, yes, I miss you. I miss you terribly bad. Yeah, absolutely. I miss the camaraderie. I miss, I don't miss getting up there. Like, do you miss getting up at 2:00 in the morning? I said, no, I don't. I don't miss getting up at 2:00 in the morning, but it was nice to see them. So I did that yesterday. Let's see. Today I'm going to be working on my construction project, the built-ins that I told you about. So I got to go get some more paint. Things are coming along nicely. So the goal is to get these built-in mudroom cubbies type things in our bonus room up and running before kids head off to school. That would be that's the goal anyways. So I got to get a little bit more paint, and then I got to continue construction. So I'm going to do that today. Good morning, Brian. How are you this morning, bud? We got Lorraine joining us this morning. Good morning, Lorraine. And Linda. How are you, Linda? Nice to see you this morning. Got Debbie on here along with K Human. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. What's the high for the day today, Betty says? Did you miss it? About 82. So about what we saw yesterday. So nice, cooler, comfortable end of July weather. Ooh, evening walks are so nice, aren't they? My goal yesterday, yesterday was, on Monday, my goal was to really get back into it. I need to start working out again. I need to get back into getting a little bit more exercise. Sometimes you have a little bit more fun, and going out and doing the paddleboard and hanging out in the lake is a lot of fun as well. But for some reason, it doesn't suffice me, right? But I woke up Monday morning and threw my back out. I guess we're at the age now where you wake up and you're like, what just happened? I just went to bed last night. I was fine, and now I'm not. Like, had that workout. So I went to the chiropractor yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get back into the swing of things here real soon. Good morning, Kimberly. Speaking of Kimberly, we've got a great picture I wanted to share. Of course, we're going to share this at the end as well with some other Witcher's pictures. As we wrap up the show, I like to highlight Witcher's pictures, but here is a cutie that I wanted to highlight for you here this morning. That's not it. That's Samuel. Well, let's get Samuel off of there. Let's see. Boop. There she is. How about that's a Mia? Now, Kimberly, you did put in two people's names, when you uploaded that to Witcher's Pictures, just an FYI, and there's only one kid in there. But this is Mia, and I'm assuming I put Granger County Tomato Festival because we saw you there, and that looks like a tractor from the Granger County Tomato Festival. But isn't she just a precious, super cute? So, Kimberly, thanks so much for uploading that to Witcher's Pictures. You use the East Tennessee Weather app, and that's the easiest way to do so. So every day I like to end the broadcast now. I'm getting a lot more photos coming in through Witcher's Pictures. I like to end the broadcast with more. So we're going to highlight more of those Witcher's Pictures at the very end, and then I will put those online at easttnweather.com. On the main page, if you just scroll down, you'll see a slideshow of a bunch of the Witcher's Pictures. So I try to put up some of the best ones. Otherwise, I mean, I get pictures every single day, so I'd like to air those and share those with you as well. It does mean Tennessee football, and just an FYI, so some of the merch I'm going to be working on, by the way, are hoodies for fall season and orange shirts for Tennessee football season. So then you can represent Vols football and East Tennessee weather at the same time, I guess. Anyways, that's going to be coming to the market here, of course, as we get later in the summer months and into fall. What's up, Seth? How are you this morning, bud? Got Cynthia Fletcher, joining us this morning. How are you? Today is your Friday, Christy. That deserves a... I remember having Fridays on Wednesdays when I used to work weekends. I didn't mind them. I mean, you can't do anything with anybody because everyone's working, right? So kind of makes it a little bit more tough. You're welcome. But if I say you're welcome to the rain, then I got to say you're welcome to all the severe weather too. And I don't want to do that, but you're welcome. Yeah, moving is the worst. Do you know we've moved, let's see, my kid's 11. I think we moved 7 times in 11 years. Isn't that awful? Like, I never wanted to move, ever. I grew up in the same house. That was my goal, and I've moved my kids 7 times in like 11 years. Crazy. Hamlin County goes back next week. My kids go back, I think, like a week from today as well, I think. Your first of 5 days at UT. My wife was at UT yesterday, so you missed her, I guess. She was at UT. She's off today. August 5th is when the grandkids go back. I can't believe it's school time already either, Pat. I'm kind of ready for the kids to get back into school. They've been great. They've been entertaining themselves. They've not done too much electronics, which has been nice. They've been helpful. But remember, they did like summer camp school for the first month of summer. So they got a little bit of a shortened, like official summer, I suppose. But wife and I were talking, saying, okay, this weekend we got to like sit down and go through all their clothes and see what they need, see what they don't need, kind of transition into, sort of not really the fall weather yet, but soon. Happy first day of school to the sophomores at Alcoa High School. Go Tornadoes. Yes. And remember, we talked about the tornadoes a couple weeks ago, and we can do it now because, well, we'll get to it in a minute, but there is some aviation involved with today's national holidays. But they do have a great aviation program for the high schoolers at Alcoa High School. Big old tornadoes, big shout out to them. I think I was invited to go back there. Oh, by the way, how cool is this? I've been invited back to MC Light the Parks Light at Founders Park in Farragut, and it's going to be coming up November. So they've invited me to come back to MC, so that was really nice. So we'll be talking about that as we get closer to the event. If you want to come out, if you've never been out to it, it's great. And if you've never seen Founders Park in the wintertime during the Christmas season, it is awesome. Good morning, Layla. How are you? You're over the rain already, huh? I know. Me too. We kind of we quickly flipped the switch, didn't we, Layla? But some haven't seen a ton of rain. Actually, when you look at rainfall over the last 7 days, I don't have it on here. You can see where we've skipped quite a few people who haven't picked up as much as others. So I'm over it too. I like the sunshine. I need sunshine. Good morning, Heidi. How are you? Oh, I bet. I mean, listen, golf with temperatures in the low 80s, clouds in place. That's like perfect golf weather. That's great running weather as well. If any of you are runners, I think I told you that story before, but tried running during COVID and ran quite a few. Ran like 270 miles that summer, but ended up getting plantar fasciitis and stopped my running. So, welcome to the Over the Hill gang. Yeah. I'm there. Isn't it funny though? I remember when my mom turned 40 and everything was black and it was over the hill and it was like just like your life is over. And then I feel like nowadays people celebrate 40 and be coming over the hill, and they're like, I don't feel like my life is over. I think I'm fine. I think I feel better. It's kind of funny. I'll let you know when we get it. I've got a meeting with those folks today to kind of continue the plans. It's about that time, shall we? Shall we? All right, Kimberly. There you go, my friend. All right. So today's national holidays. I said there was some aviation in there. There is some aviation. We'll get to that here in a second. But some of the national holidays. National Thermal Engineer Day. All right. Thermal engineering is pretty cool, right? I'd love to be able to see that kind of stuff. National Drive-Through Day. Let's see what that says, because when was the first drive-through? I'm sure this says what it is. National Drive-Through Day on July 24th recognizes the innovation conveniently going strong today. The drive-through reached its iconic zenith in the 1950s, but stayed strong through the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. People have enjoyed this service since the 1930s. How about that? The ease of dropping off or picking up an item without getting out of the car is something we definitely take for granted. Many studies point to the benefits and drawbacks associated with using the drive-through. Pretty cool stuff there. Do you like a drive-through? Drive-through? Back in, never mind, I won't even say it. It's National Cousins Day. National Cousins Day. There we go. Give your cousins a big shout out if you're friends with them. It's nice to. I'll have my kids call their cousins in Colorado. Say, hey, cousin. Maybe we'll post some photos later. It's National Amelia Earhart Day. Did you know that? And I said there was some aviation involved, and so because of that, I decided that I wanted to share with you some of my aviation stuff, since it's National Aviation Day. And I'll post this obviously on social media later on today as well, because that's what I do. But that was after, I believe this picture right here was after I got after I just, no, this wasn't, because this was cool because I was still wearing a jacket. So this is just one of my flights I think I was taking with my instructor. That is a Grumman in the background. That's 889er. 889er was the tail number on that one. Can't forget that. That was I called that number out like a million times. Unfortunately, that plane is no longer with us. A student pilot did lose his life in a plane crash with that plane flying over the Cumberland Plateau on his solo flight. Terrible situation. Let's see if this comes up. See if this comes up for you. Oh, there we go. That's when we were at the air show, so that was cool. Speaking of National Amelia Earhart Day, this is when I took my mom on a flight to Kentucky. So we flew up to Kentucky and grabbed ourselves a $100 hamburger is what it's called. It's called the 100, it's probably more than that, but they call it the $100 hamburger because a lot of folks in aviation do fly to, a lot of these small airports will have little restaurants or diners attached to them. So that's kind of cool. So my mom and I flew up to Williamsburg, Kentucky, and they had a little diner, and that was a lot of fun. This is before we took off, so that was cool. That was in, oh no, this is a different flight. This is a different flight because that was a different plane. So that plane in the background is a Diamond DA-20. I was part of the flight club out of downtown Island Home. And that was one of the planes I got to fly. That was a really cool plane to fly. It had really long wings, a huge wingspan, and it was a stick and rudder. So you had the stick here rather than driving it like this, and then you have like power over here. It was a stick and rudder, like the fighter pilots. And so that plane was a lot of fun to fly. It's a teeny tiny plane. Here's a picture of my wife and I. Same plane. We went on a date. So that was Niner 539er, I think it was. I forget what the tail number was. So that was a lot of fun there. And guess that's it. Here's the boys and I at the it's not gonna, is that gonna come up? Nope. I was gonna say I had a picture of the boys and I, but nope. that was it. So National Amelia Earhart Day. Pretty cool stuff right there. It's also National Tequila Day. Not Margarita Day, it's Tequila Day. So there's national holidays here this morning. How's that? Pretty good ones today. Kat says she's happy for the rain, but her hair hates it. We do have some showers still out there, so for those of you who may just now be joining or tuning in, we do have some showers hanging out with us already this morning. Heaviest rains across Upper East Tennessee, moving its way through the Tri-Cities, paralleling Interstate 81 right now, but that's about the extent of it. I did see just a moment ago that we did have an issue on the interstate. Let me see if I can see where that is. It doesn't appear to be anything major, but let's see. We may have a little bit of a slowdown. Oh, just out there. A little bit of a slowdown. So that's a look there at 40 near the weigh scales. So you can see the eastbound lane's a little bit more backed up. Stretches all the way back to Watt Road. So here's a live look from Watt Road. So Watt Roads, it's fine, but you just go up the road, and that's where it gets bogged down a little bit. You get past that, and traffic is running smoothly. There, in and around downtown, we don't have any issues this morning. So again, traffic's light, but again, volume of traffic is going to start to pick back up, and probably a little public service announcement here this morning, if I will, because schools are back in session. Slow it down. 25 stay alive, right? School zones, watch those school zones. They've not been active all summer long. So if you drive through school zones, keep in mind that the kids are going to be back in school. And so you don't want to ticket, first of all. Well, first of all, let's take care of our kids and keep them safe while they do go to school. But you don't want to ticket either, right? And, the law enforcement definitely will be a little bit elevated around some of the school zones as school gets back in session. Yeah, Layla, how you doing this morning? You doing better? Don't be sorry about that. You're taking care of yourself and your life, Lee. Not a big deal, bud. Glad you could get out and enjoy some early morning golf. That's always a lot of fun. So Lee, I'm actually looking at getting a set of clubs. So maybe one of these days you and I will get out and do 9. Recovery is going well, she says. Layla says, almost finished with my walker. Nice. I'll use it for some of the next few days. Focus is my PT exercises and walking. Only negative is the swelling is bad right now, so it just takes time. Time will heal, Layla. So anyways, we're all wishing you a speedy recovery and wishing you well. And so just take care of yourself, but you'll be back to it before long, and you'll be like, whew, this is the best thing I've ever done. Hopefully that's the case. Update on the eyes, by the way. Had an eye appointment yesterday. The eyes are fully recovered. Still have one more month before they're officially... Well, one more month before she'll actually give me my prescription for my farsightedness, so like my readers. Unfortunately, I'm at the age, got to wear the readers. So don't officially have a prescription yet, but here they are. So I can see a little bit better. I can see everything a little bit better with these on. Up close anyways. So she's like, just give it another month and then we'll give you your official prescription. But everything's going well, healed, no hazing. And she said they are crystal clear. So that's good news. Still a 2015, which is probably what ruined this a little bit more because now I can see farther. So it kind of ruined my up close vision just a little bit. But hey, listen, from where I started, I'll take it. Right? I mean, you saw it. You'll pay for gas for a flight around Knox Vegas? Well, legally, Buck, you're not allowed to pay for the whole thing. Per the FAA, if I fly you anywhere, I actually have to split the cost with you. Legally. Shh, but we won't tell the FAA. I'm just kidding. I kid. I wouldn't do that. I would love to. I am not qualified to fly right now. I need to get checked back out in an airplane before I can fly. So every 2 years, you have to get checked out again to continue. Because it's basically like continuing education credits. Go up with an instructor, do some stalls, some emergency landings, emergency procedures. and then you can legally fly. And then, of course, to legally fly at nighttime, you have to have 3 takeoff and landings past sunset, generally speaking, past sunset or before sunrise. And then you can fly at nighttime. So there are some rules and regulations with the FAA. But, man, I'd love to take you up. I'd love to fly. It's been a long time. But maybe one of these days, if I get back up in the airplane. I got to make some money first. Brian's going to join in the back. Well, we better do it soon. My buddy's selling his plane. Your stepdad had an awesome Cessna 240. Nice. Flew us to Treasure Cay in 2010. That's awesome. One of my goals has been to fly down to the Florida Keys. Stop in like just south of Miami. You get checked out to make sure you have your life vest. You fly down to the Keys, and like I said before, if you recall, I said I've heard that they treat you like a king down there, like once you land and stuff like that. Katrina, I sure hope you have a great day. Off to school. Everyone have a great day. Aaron, have a great day. And welcome back to school. I'm assuming that you are a teacher? I don't know these things. What are your careers, by the way? We'll talk about that another day, I suppose. Again, I'll throw it out there. I haven't thrown it on social yet because I've been busy with other stuff, but we're going to do a contest. I've got a lot of tomatoes. If you have a tomato pie recipe, you could win a free t-shirt if I decide to choose your recipe and make a reel out of it, because I love tomato pie and we've got a ton of tomatoes. So message me, Mike at easttnweather.com, if you have a tomato pie recipe. And if I choose your recipe based on what, I'm just going to look at them and see what's the different ones and stuff like that. I may choose a crazy one. If you have a crazy recipe, I may choose a classic one. I don't know yet. Let's see. Rough cost $7,500. Cost roughly $7,500 to $10K. Let's go about 10 to 15K. Buck. Costs about on average about $12,500. I think I got out at about $12,000 because the gas price goes up and actually rental prices have gone up as well. After COVID, a lot of people wanted to get into aviation. After Maverick came out, a lot of people want to get into aviation. You know, there was a huge slew and an onslaught of student pilots after the very first Top Gun just flooded the gates with all the aviation schools across the country. And that happened during COVID, just after COVID anyways, and it happened during after Maverick was aired. But yeah. Mayo, tomato, salt and pepper sandwiches are the best. That's pretty good. You're not wrong. But you know what's funny is I can't just sit there and eat a tomato. I need to have other things on it, like mayonnaise, salt and pepper, or balsamic vinegar. What I did last night, sliced up some tomatoes, put some mozzarella cheese on it, some fresh basil, made a garlic olive oil sauce that you just kind of spread on there a little bit, and then top it off with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar glaze is really the best option for that. It adds a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tartness to it, but didn't have any glaze, and I didn't want to make any, so I just sprinkled some balsamic vinegar on it. And if you've never had it, it is amazing. Tomato, mozzarella, basil, you know, it's like caprese salad, but just as a whole, and you just eat the whole thing whole. Yes, ATC is, I believe, like one of the top 10, if not the top, but one of the top 10 most stressful jobs in the world that you can actually have, and actually one of the most suicidal jobs, if that's the best way to say that. Terrible, right? Terrible. Anyways, I guess that's about it, my friends. But I do have some photos, so don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I have some nice photos to share with you as we wrap up the show. I do appreciate you sticking with me here on this Wednesday morning. It's already Wednesday. Remember, we do have a few showers hanging out with us already this morning. So keep the umbrellas handy. Keep the rain jackets handy. I think we're going to see a little bit more steadier, lighter rain with a few pockets of moderate showers. Of course, if you missed any of the forecast, I always send you back to the 24-hour weather channel after a couple quick commercials. Yeah, it's Wednesday. enjoy it right now because you know August can be incredibly hot, and it may be the case. Remember, this morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com or call them at 865-238-7500 if you're looking for any sort of mortgage in Tennessee, Georgia, or even Florida. Maybe renovation loans. It's not just a mortgage, they're loans. And their loan officers are available 7 days a week. All right, we're going to send you back to some photos and then to the Weather Channel. We sure hope you have a great day. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher bright and early tomorrow morning. See you later, my friends.
Believe in Nashville. Believe in Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville. Believe in communities where people take care of each other. Believe in staying true to your word and treating others the way you'd want to be treated. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee, we believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning and have a great day, everybody. We're starting off with some scattered light rain showers, and that's really going to be the story throughout the day today. We'll get to work, of course, with the Futurecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Let's talk about high temperatures so far this month. Yesterday, we only made it to 82 degrees in Knoxville. We had, that was one of the coolest days so far this month, trending well below average. Average high is 88. Only 79 in Crossville, 82 Chattanooga, and 87 was the high in Tri-Cities. Didn't pick up a ton of rain at most of the airports, but Chattanooga actually finally got in on the activity. You haven't had a whole lot of rain over the last 7 days, less than an inch, and so you picked up nearly an inch of rain on our Tuesday anyways. So you can look at this past rainfall and see who's gotten the heaviest rain. When we zoom down across the Southern Valley, heaviest rain down by Chattanooga, Saudi Daisy, Cleveland, Benton, up across parts of the mountains of Monroe and Blount County. Had some heavier showers again across parts of the Northern Plateau and the Tennessee-Kentucky border throughout the last 24 hours. So beneficial rain either way you look at it. And that rainfall is going to continue, albeit on the lighter side. We're not talking about those big solid downpours this morning. I think we've got a little system that's going to just kind of traverse its way on through the area with little ripples in the atmosphere. And so as that happens, that's going to produce those spotty showers. Probably not a lot of thunderstorm activity. Temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side again throughout the day today, but those rain chances will stick with us throughout the day today. So grab the umbrellas. It's more likely to see a little bit more broader, wider coverage of some lighter rain showers. I don't think we'll have those intense downpours for the most part, but we will see some solid downpours in some locations anyways. North of Interstate 40 along the I-75 corridor, Tennessee-Kentucky border is going to see the greatest risk for some heavier showers. So I say risk because we've seen a lot of rain in some of these areas. So if you continue to see a lot more rain, just realize that some localized flooding is a possibility once again. Now, I don't think that's a huge threat by any stretch of the imagination. Today and tomorrow, I think the rains are going to be a little bit on the lighter side. By lunchtime, we'll only be in the mid-70s, so that's going to feel pretty good, although we'll have some rain showers. Highs today will be back in the low 80s, trending well below average. But again, dew points are on the higher side, so yes, that makes it feel just a little bit warmer with heat index values in the 80s to low 90s. Into the evening hours we go. No major heat index value from 6 to 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see those temperatures drop into the 70s. Want to take a nice little walk after dinner tonight. Should be a nice evening to do so, as long as we, of course, don't have the rain showers. Here's the pattern. We've got that upper level trough that's hanging off to our north and northwest, a ridge of high pressure anchored across the Atlantic Ocean, and that's just feeding moisture into our area. Plus, we do have a frontal boundary just off to our north. So we've got one to our south, one to our north, and that's just basically sandwiching our area with the threat for some rain. And, well, listen, here's the deal. I say threat, I use these words, but the idea is that, yes, we still need the rain. Some of us don't need any more rain. Some of you haven't had a whole lot of rain. So hopefully if you hadn't had a whole lot, we'll get a little bit more. Through Thursday night, we'll see that cold front just continuing to kind of swing its way through the area. So, again, it's not a strong cold front that's going to pop off like any severe weather or anything like that. It's just going to bring widespread, scattered light to moderate, maybe a few pockets of heavier showers. But again, the Tennessee Valley and points further to the south and southeast will continue to see some of the heaviest rain. So we'll continue to keep those rain chances elevated all the way through Thursday. That frontal boundary will shut down our rain chances a little bit on Saturday, and they may return on the northern fringe of a ridge of high pressure that's going to build its way on in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday timeframe. So when you look at your 7-day rainfall outlook, we are going to continue to see the rain pile up again across the southeastern U.S., and that does include us here. Now, high dew points will keep our feels like temperatures a little bit on the elevated side, I should say, but high temperatures will gradually warm as well. And so after highs only in the 80s for today and tomorrow, we'll be back to those seasonal averages. You factor in high humidity, and of course, that's going to lead to heat index values pushing the low to mid 90s. So it is going to be a little bit toastier next week, but as we look ahead, it looks like this hotter weather is going to stick with us here through the first week of August. So maybe trending at or just slightly above average. Stay in the know with the East Tennessee Weather app. Download it today. It's a free download, by the way, from the app stores. Just search East TN Weather, all one word. I do have links on easttnweather.com so you can quickly download it easily. We sure hope you have a great day. Your next weather update's coming up today at noon. I hope to see you then.